Yeah, hello. Good afternoon to everyone. So today our topic is measures of central tendency. So last class we have discussed about that frequency distribution. So after the frequency distribution, we have that measures of central tendency in the second module. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So here, when we are collecting the information from the respondents or sample, so when we are collecting some data, we need to draw some inferences or results. So in order to get some results, we need to do some. We need to use some statistical measures, such as measures of central tendency. So the quantity data arranged in the form of frequency distribution generally. So it exhibits a common characteristics. They have a tendency to concentrate a certain values, usually somewhere near the center of the distribution. For example, when we are arranging the data in the chronological order, whether the ascending or descending order, so somewhere it may be center of the distribution. For example, in order to know that what is the average value of the marks, or what is the average rainfall of the season. So in order to find out averages or near the center of the distribution. So in order to find out the center of the distribution when we are arranging the data, so it is called distribution. So when we are arranging the data, so in order to know that what is the center, nothing but a center place or middle. So somewhere near the center of the distribution. So what is mean by measures of central tendency? What is the main important? So why we can use the central tendencies when we are using the frequency distribution? What is the use of central tendencies in our statistics, especially in our economics? For example, if you take into account when you are watching a news channels, or when you are reading a newspaper, somewhere they will mention that, so on average the month of the some vehicle is 4,000 or 4,300, for example. So they will collect the information day by day, okay, day to day. So they will collect the information and they will publish in the newspapers. There is an average the month of the a particular vehicle in this month is 4,000 or 3,000 or 2,500 or 10,000 or above something. So that is a center of the distribution. That is a center of the distribution. So here, this tendency of the observations to cluster near the central part of the distribution is known as a central tendency. So here central tendency means simple, the tendency of the observations to cluster the near the central part of the distribution. So which is a central part of the distribution is called central tendencies. For example, if you collect some information, for example, if you are working as a superintendent for a particular company, for example, supervisor, for example, you have the data. So today, particular Maruti vehicle sold is 10,000, sorry, or 10 vehicles. So tomorrow it may be 8. So day after tomorrow maybe 25, like that. So you can arrange, you have some data. So after arranging the data, you may have the doubt. For example, what is the average sales of this month? So that is called the cluster near the central part of the distribution. Central part of the distribution is known as the central tendencies. And it can be measured statistically. When we are thinking, for example, when we have the data is center, it is not an average, simple. But we can see what is the middle value. But whatever we have, that is not an average. So that is near to the center. That is near to the center. So which we can the central tendency we can measure statistically also. We can measure statistically. So another definition. So if you not understand, see, a measures of central tendency or an average is regarded as the most representative value of the given data. For example, when you have the data, for example, if you take into account, I'm going to show you. For example, I think is this Excel sheet is visible for you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. Yeah. For example, if you take into account students, for example, student. think I should. For example, students and for example list, student list. For example, one student, second student, third number, rule number. For example, as for example, if you take marks in internals, for example, internal, for example. So here, a rule number one student, he may get. Sorry, just a minute. Somewhere is. Yeah. For example, if you take only one person, if you take for example, we have the internals 1 and 2, for example. So in internals out of 15, he may get 12. Okay, in the second internal, he may get 13. What is the average? So average nothing but total number of observations, the value of the sum of total value by number of observations or frequency. So it is very simple. That is 12 plus 13, which is equal to 25 by 2. How much it will come? 12.5. So this is the average. So average is 12.5 of two internals. For example, here when you are collecting some information, for example, if I am collecting information from you, so what is your height? Particular student's height. If I collect information, for example, 5.3, 5.7, 5.9, 6, 4.6, and 5.9, or say 4.5, like this. If I collect information like this, the height of the students, So when I arrange it, for example, if you take it to account, when I arrange in the ascending order or descending order, the middle value will come. For example, if you arrange this order, how it will come? First 4.5 will come, then 4.6, then 5.3, and 5.7, and 5.9, 6. 5.9 is 5.7. Yeah, I think 5 and 9 is 2 times repeated. It may be considered, for example, if you take, even though if you take no problem, 5.9 and 6. So when you are arranging the data, this is arranging data. So when you are arranging ascending order or descending order, as you wish. So if I have ordered this ascending order. For example, we need to know that what is the center of the data. It may be 5.7, for example. So it is not an average value. It is not average, but it is near to the center. It is near to the center. So when we will get the average value, for example, in Excel sheet, I am going to repeat the formula. Just is equal to sum. Open the bracket, then select all these data sets, then close the bracket, then enter. The total is 37.9, but average value is the total. Okay, the number of observation, how many students are there? So I think 6 students. 7. Sorry, 7. So here, if you take is equal average, for example, sum of total value by number of observations, 5.41, 5.41. Or simply you will get in the Excel sheet also. Simply you will get average is equal average. Open the bracket, then select the variables data, then you will get 5.4. Same. See, this is the same. The formula is different, but I will show you in the mathematical in the word also I will show you. But see here 5.41, it is the average value, but when you see in the order 5.7 in the middle, but it is not average. It is very near to the center. It is near to the center. See, the 5.41 lies in the 5.7. So that is a central tendency. That is a central tendency. Simple. The measures of central tendency or an average is regarded as a most representative value of the given data. When we are showing the average height of the students in a particular group is 5.41. So that maybe it is center of the data. So this is because it is determined at the point where concentration of items values are greatest. Sometimes the average value is affected by extreme values. Sometimes, for example, if you take into account when the height of the student is high 6, it may be sometimes if one student maybe height is 7.2, for example I am saying, so which is very high compared, for example average value nunchi ee యొక్క value చాలా ఎక్కువ ఉన్నది. Nothing but the average values are affected by extreme values. Extreme values, nothing by extreme values, nothing by highest value and lowest value. You can remember that the mean value is affected by extreme value. Extreme value. So if you not understand, I will give you another example when we go into details in the arithmetic mean. Okay. So here we have just a minute. Yeah. So before that, you can write measures of central tendency. Measures of central tendency. So MCT. I'm not perfect in it. MCT. There are first category. The mathematical averages. Mathematical averages. Within the mathematical averages, A point. There is the arithmetic mean, AM. You can write arithmetic mean. The second point, geometric mean. Geometric mean. The C point. Third one, harmonic mean. Harmonic mean. And fourth one, quadratic mean. Quadratic. Quadratic mean. Quadratic mean. So within the MCT, measures of central tendency, there's a two types of methods. The first one is averages, the mathematical averages. The mathematical averages. Within the mathematical averages, there are four categories or four types. The arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean, quadratic mean. Quadratic mean. And the second is positional averages. Positional averages. So within the positional averages, there is a median and mode. Median mode. Median mode. The first one, mathematical averages. First one is the arithmetic mean. Second one is a geometric mean. Third one is a harmonic mean. Fourth one is a quadratic mean. Generally, when some people will ask the question that what is the MCT, measures of central tendency, what are the averages are there? So sometimes they will ask the questions only averages, average thing, but MCT, sometimes they will mention that MCT includes only mean, median and mode. So here see, MCT అంటే ఏంటంటే చాలా మంది ఏం చేస్తారంటే మెజర్స్ ఆఫ్ టెండెన్సీ లో we have only 3 అంటారు, mean, median, mode. So within the mean we have the different types of means. That is the arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean and quadratic mean. Okay. So another positional averages, in order to find out their position in a distribution of the frequencies. So we can use the median and mode. Okay, for example, why we can study as a separate, that is a mathematical averages, positional averages. When we have the data in a series like a frequency distribution, in order to know that their averages of the distribution, for example, this is a see, when you are collecting the information about that height of the students, so this is the frequency distribution. This is the frequency. So within that, in order to find out the averages, we can use the four methods. There is the average method, there is the arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean, and quadratic method or quadratic mean. For example, within the frequency of the height of the distribution, we need to find out that median value or mode, median and mode, nothing but their position, where a particular height is located in a particular place, that is called position. For example, if you take into account the average, the median of the height is 4.7, but when it comes to the average is different from median. The middle value median is different from mean. So when they are asked the question that find out the median, so after arranging the chronological order, whether ascending order or descending order, we need to find out the median. So we can do like this. For example, sometimes they will ask the question that, so find out the arithmetic mean of a particular data set. So we can use the that methods, that is this one, mathematical averages. That is arithmetic mean, geometric mean, quadratic mean, harmonic mean. So this is the basic introduction of that MCT. Then we will go into the in-depth of mathematical averages and positional averages. So first, generally the averages in common use are arithmetic mean, median, mode. Generally in the basic level of our statistics in our economics, generally we will use this arithmetic mean, and median and mode. These three things only we will use in the basic level. If you want additional, I will teach geometric mean, harmonic and quadratic mean, but at the initial stages we will use this harmonic arithmetic mean, median, mode. Okay, generally in our statistics also, most of the statistician or researchers they will use the arithmetic mean, median, mode. Only less number of people they will use the geometric mean, harmonic mean. Yeah, next we will go to the first one, arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean. The first one is a arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean. So here arithmetic mean is obtained by dividing the sum of values of observations by the number of observations. Simple, arithmetic mean is obtained by dividing the sum, sum, that is called total of values of observations by the number of observations is called arithmetic mean. So simple ikkada, so sum of total value by number of observations. So sum of values of particular variable values divided by number of observations. For example, I'm going to give example, best example. For example, okay, example. For example, if you find out, for example, so I have conducted an exam for the 5 students. 5 students, only 5 students. For example, they will ask that find out the arithmetic mean of internal marks of students. So find out arithmetic mean of internal marks of students. Five students I'm giving. For example, data set etle undadanta. For example, chuskondi ikkada. For example, one person he may get 5 marks, another person he may get 4 marks, and another person he will get 9 marks, another person may get 12, another person may get 10. For example, we have that 15 marks total internal marks, internal examination. We have the maximum marks of 15. So out of 15, one student scored 5 marks, another student scored 4 marks, another student scored 9 marks. For the fourth student scored 12 marks, and another fellow scored 10 marks. So in order to understand how much their average marks are 5 students, how we can get, so for example here, when we are find out the arithmetic mean, so in statistics we will indicate with x bar, x bar, x bar, x bar. So x bar is nothing but average. X bar, x bar, that is called average. Its symbol is average. Nothing but arithmetic mean indicates with x bar. Arithmetic mean indicates with x bar. So is equal arithmetic mean is equal to, so sum of nothing but 5 plus 4 plus 9 plus 12 plus 10 divided by number of observations. How many number of observations? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 students. 5. So how much it will come when you are adding 5 plus 4, 9, 9 plus 9, 18, 18 plus 12, how much? 30, 30 plus 10, 40. 40 divided by 5. How much will come? 40 by 5, 8. Okay. So here the 8 is the answer. Okay. So here we will give conclusion that, so out of their average value or average marks is 8 marks in particular internal examination of 5 students. Is it clear now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, is it clear? Arithmetic mean. How we can find out the arithmetic mean?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Simple. Sometimes they will ask also like this.
తీసుకొని పోతున్నా.
For example, they will ask the x bar, x bar is equal x bar. Sorry. Yeah, x bar is equal to sum of x value by n also. Okay, sometimes. So here sum of x is nothing but, or sometimes they will call sigma x like this. sigma x by n. So sigma is nothing but it means the total or sum. What is x? The x variable, x variables values by n is nothing but number of observations or number of frequency. Is it clear? So, or else if you are not understand, I will show you in the Excel also. See. Yeah, is it visible? For example, if you take it is a day, okay, sales. For example, day 1, 2, 3. Is it visible? Day and sales, a particular vehicle. For example, if you have sales, for example, so if they want to know that what is the average sales in particular 10 days, so how we can get it? So simple in Excel sheet, simple we'll get direct average value, or if you want to know that mathematical in manually, if you want to take it to account, so simple we will take this data and we need to find out the total value, total. So total formula in Excel is equal. You need to type sum, sum, open the bracket and select this variable data. Then close the bracket, then enter. So total sales is 207 in particular 10 days. But what is average? So average, for example, if you take average formula is equal, you need to type average, open the bracket, then select the data and close the bracket. Here, see, when you are enter the E6 and E15, nothing but, so the data is from E6 to E15. It is not included E16 because E16 value is total value. So in the when you are doing in the Excel, in order to calculate the averages, you need to clear it. So we have selected data from 1 to 10 days only. Okay, then enter the values. The automatically average sale is 21. For example, generally if you type it, the average value may be slightly different. 20.7 means that, for example, in the mathematical also you can the calculator also you will get it. So 207 by 10, how much? 20.7. 20.7. So this is the average. How we can find out the arithmetic mean? How we can find out the arithmetic mean? Is it clear? Hello, dear students. Is it clear now? Hello. Shall I give you another example? Then here next, So within the arithmetic mean, so we have, there are, we need to calculate arithmetic mean on the basis of a data set. Which data we have? So within the arithmetic mean, we have the different series of data sets. So first one here, within the arithmetic mean, here there is the individual series of data, then B, discrete series data, then C, continuous data. See here, what is individual series? So in individual series, for example, if you take, for example, individual series, next you can write individual series, individual series, individual series, individual series. The next one, individual series, individual series data. I'm not writing shortcut, individual series data. For example, can anybody say that, boys, what is the expected dowry? Hello? Hello? Hello, boys. But the boys are there or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you say that what is your expected dowry?
Can you repeat, sir?
What is your expected dowry?
No dowry, sir.
No dowry. Zero. Okay, next. Can anybody say in there? So he said that he will not take dowry. For example, somewhere they will take 5 lakhs, and another people may take 1 lakh. So another people will take 3 lakhs. Another people may get 10 lakhs. For example, so when the data is like this, the expected dowry, in lakhs. For example, if it is like this, for example, what is the expected dowry? So 0 means you will not take any dowry, and then the 5 means 5 lakhs, 1 lakh, 3 lakhs, and 10 lakhs. So when the data is like this, that is called individual series data. Individual series data. So how? So when we are when we have the data like this, we need to follow the individual series data. The formula is same. That is called sum of x by n. Sum of x by n. So sum of x by n is nothing but sum of x is nothing but the x variable. This is called x is nothing but dowry. X is dowry, nothing but the x variable name is dowry. That's why we can put x. That is called dowry. So 0, 5, 5, 1, 6, 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 10, 19. 19 by how many observations are there? How many people are there? 5 by 5. How much you will get? 19 by 5. by 5. How much will get? 3.8. 3.8. So we will give a conclusion that when we are collecting information from that respondent or sample, so the average dowry is 3.8 lakhs. 3.8 lakhs. For example, when you are collecting some information, we'll give the conclusion that so when we are conducting a survey about related to dowry, so we will collect information from the 5 people. So the average dowry is 3.8. 3.8 lakhs. Nothing but 3,80,000 rupees. So that is a individual series. That is called arithmetic mean. Arithmetic, by using the arithmetic mean, we will do the conclusions like this. Is it clear how we can find out the arithmetic mean? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So if you have any doubt, you can ask me. We have the only 2 minutes, last 2 minutes. So tomorrow we will discuss within the arithmetic mean, we have the discrete series and continuous series. If you have any doubt, and please raise the question. Please. I think it is very tough to teach statistics in the screen as well as in the computer. But when we have the board only, it is very used. We will give the more examples because we don't have the sufficient time to type and enter the values in the system. Can anybody have the doubt, please? Hello?